Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to share a post-burn review of Yankee Candle Vanilla Creme Brûlée. I recently picked this up at Yankee Candle as a part of a fall haul. Honestly, this one wasn't originally really on my radar, but I was shopping in store, and so I was smelling through a lot more candles than I originally anticipated potentially being interested in. I was mostly looking for nostalgic fragrances that reminded me of the 90s. But as soon as I stuck my nose into this one, I was like, yeah, you're coming home with me. First of all, I am a huge fan. Both my husband and I are a huge fan of creme brulee. Usually for my birthday and our anniversary, we go to this very specific restaurant in downtown Portland that has an amazing creme brulee that is just absolutely heavenly. So rich, so just perfectly custardy. The sugar is always perfectly caramelized. Like it's the most beautiful presentation. And it's something that I look forward to every fall, is getting creme brulee at this specific restaurant because it really does kind of rock my world. So I'm a big fan of this dessert, and to be able to enjoy it in candle format is such a treat, because I tell you what, this is such an authentic creme brulee. And now that I'm looking at it from behind the camera here, it's kind of funny. It actually looks like the colors in a creme brulee. The melted wax looks like that caramelized sugar on the top of the creme brulee. And then the wax that isn't liquefied yet honestly just looks like the actual like creme brulee itself. Like it looks like a creme brulee. So anyway, I absolutely adore this one. This does have their new premium plant wax blend. And I gotta say, for the candles that I've burned so far, and I haven't started burning through all of the Yankees that I purchased, but for two out of the three that I have burned so far, the burn has been really good. I'm struggling with the wicks on one of the three, and it's the golden pumpkin. That one is, I'm really having a hard time. The wicks just kind of seem to keep disappearing. So I don't know what to do about that. I think I might try to take some of the wax out of it. But this one here and I think it's apple pumpkin. I think Bath and Body Works is pumpkin apple, right? Or reverse that, I'm not sure which is which, but this vanilla creme brulee and the apple pumpkin or pumpkin apple are doing great. Really impressed with the burn of those two candles. So far, I would say mostly really good experience with this new premium wax blend. Now, I have learned that there still is a little bit of paraffin in the actual formulation. As long as it's not 100% paraffin, that's okay. My main beef is with the 100% paraffin wax. That is what I just found to be not a good fit for me personally in the past with Yankee Candle. So, whatever amount of paraffin they have in this new quote unquote premium wax blend here, it's not enough to contribute to a dirty burn in any kind of way. So I'm actually okay with having that in there because, like I said, so far so good for the most part. Honestly, I think the problem with the golden pumpkin is more a problem with the wicks, which on mine, they were really short to begin with. So I think that may have contributed to the problem, but I'm gonna try to like tweak it a little bit to see if I can make it work. But honestly, overall, so far so good with this new wax formulation. I'd love to know what you guys think of it, if you've had a chance to try it yet. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But let's go ahead and get into this actual review of vanilla creme brulee. It is so delicious. And honestly, I would say if you have not tried this and you are a gourmand lover, you need to bring this home. It is so, so good. So let's go ahead and take a journey through vanilla creme brulee. The style of jar that I am reviewing here is the 2-wick tumbler. This is a 20-ounce size, and it is supposed to burn up to 80 hours. I really prefer this particular style of jar, although if you don't, Yankee still does have their classic, more old-fashioned, old-school candle jars as well. So if this tumbler format is a little bit too modern for you, you can still get those classic jars, but they all do have that premium plant wax blend at this point. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this fragrance here. I have been burning this so often over the last several days, and I have definitely been burning it beyond my usual 3-hour limit. Now, the first couple burns, I definitely, I extinguished it at around 3 hours because I didn't want to push my luck. But because it was doing so well at the 3-hour mark, after a couple of burns, I decided to let it go just a little bit longer, so up to 4 and 5 hours. And it has still had a really great burn. So if you are curious about the overall burn of this new premium plant wax blend that they have here, I have found it to be a really good clean burn so far. So I'm definitely happy to experience that because I was a little curious to see how it would go with this new formulation here. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and read through the scent story here, then we'll go through the top, middle, and base notes. I'll tell you what my nose smells predominantly in this fragrance. I will tell you about the overall strength and throw, and then of course we will address the burn quality in depth a little bit more, but honestly, I don't have a whole lot negative to say in regard to that. So I'm really enjoying my experience with this new formula for sure. So they say this is a sweet and spicy fragrance. This decadent dessert transports you to a sophisticated Paris restaurant at first bite. Scents of creamy vanilla custard, toasted praline, and torched sugar topped with red berries make this fragrance irresistible. The top notes are cinnamon bark, red fruits, and orange peel. The mid notes are coconut pulp, baked cookie, milk accords, jasmine, and tiare flower. The base notes are vanilla, toasted praline, white musk, and tonka bean. All right, so it's some of these notes I feel like are a little extra in terms of what you're actually smelling here. It really does smell like an authentic vanilla creme brulee. You smell the creaminess of the custard. You smell that that little bit of cinnamon that is mixed in with the creme brulee. You smell that caramelized sugar at the top. There is a nice toasted praline note, but what I really don't get is the red fruits. I don't know where that's coming from. I can see a little bit of a reference to the orange peel. It's almost like there is a little tiny hint of orange zest in here. It's not like an orange juice or anything like that. It's a little bit more like the zest versus the juice of an orange. I don't smell any coconut pulp. I really don't get baked cookie from this. The milk accord, yes, that is where that like creamy custard type note is coming from. I don't smell jasmine in here, and I definitely do not smell tiare flower. I love tiare flower. I don't detect that in here at all. The tonka bean, not so much. To me, this is more like a sweet vanilla bean. Tonka, to my nose, always smells more along the lines of like an unsweetened vanilla, if that makes sense, like a darker, deeper, heavier vanilla without a ton of sweetness. But this is really, truly custardy vanilla bean for sure. The musk, I can kind of see there is a little tiny, and I'm talking tiny bit of perfuminess in the base of this fragrance. And it really is that musk note that I think is causing that tiny bit of a shift towards the perfume. But overall, I would say 99% of this fragrance is edible, gourmand, spot on creme brulee. It is delicious. I don't think there's a single thing that I would change about this particular fragrance. I would love to have it in an even larger format. I don't know if Yankee has any hopes of maybe putting out a 4-wick or something like that in the future, but this is one of those fragrances, just the scent alone, I would love to see this in a larger format because I think it would make such a great blender type fragrance for other gourmands. It's just so rich, so decadent, so authentic. And if you are a creme brulee lover, you have to try this. It's so good. I'm really also impressed with the strength and throw of this one. Now, this is definitely something that has kind of shown me a little bit more variation in the scents that I've burned so far. I would say this is actually the strongest, which is kind of surprising because sometimes vanilla fragrances aren't always the strongest. But out of the 3 that I've burned so far, this is definitely the powerhouse. This is a solid 8 in terms of strength. I would put it at more about like a 7 in terms of throw. I wish that it did cover just a little bit more square footage in the downstairs, but honestly, a throw of 7 isn't bad for this house here. It is strong enough and it does travel far enough to where I do have to be mindful about what I'm pairing this with. For reference, I typically will burn 2 candles at a time. And then, you know, I just rotate through 2 candles like every 4 or 5 hours, depending on which brand I'm burning. Some brands get just 3 hours and then I have to, you know, switch things out. But with this one here, I have definitely let it go a number of hours. And it is something that, like I said, is strong enough to where I have to make sure that whatever else I'm burning, that it's gonna make sense with this because the square footage that this covers is quite decent. So, all right, lastly, let's go ahead and address the overall burn quality here. I feel like I've already kind of alluded a little bit to that, but let's just formalize it here. I feel like I've had a really good experience with the burn quality from this new wax blend here. Obviously, I have a nice deep wax pool going. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the candle to the side. You can definitely see around this label, which I really think they could have done a better job with the labels here, but we'll just let that be for the time being. I hope that they do readdress the labels because Yankee, they used to have some beautiful labels and this just isn't it. I think that white box, it just ruins the picture. So anyway, for what it's worth, the burn quality, I mean, doesn't this look like a creme brulee? It looks so good. And the fact that it smells just like it, it's really kind of trippy. Anyway, no issues at all. Look at how clean that burn is. Like there is no discoloration on the glass. There's no darkening of the glass. There's no sooting. The wax formulation is doing really well. I think my only thing that I probably need to revisit is I probably need to be a little bit less aggressive with my wick trimming. I have been trimming these wicks like I do my Kringle candle wicks, And I admittedly am a little aggressive when it comes to trimming my Kringle wicks. I find that they're usually forgiving. Sometimes they're not. I have messed a Kringle candle up, I will say. But there are times where you can kind of get away with a little excessive trimming. And I'm not sure that's necessarily the case with these Yankee wicks here. So I think I need to be a little bit more mindful about that overall, and it'll probably give me an even better burn experience. But so far, I have really been impressed. Now, do I know that every single fragrance will perform like this? No. I did, I think, buy a good variety of fall fragrances to be able to test the new formulation out. But yeah, so far, I'm really pleased. I don't have any complaints. Would I like to see a larger format? Yes. Would I be open to even more strength and throw? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when it comes to gourmands, some fragrances I don't like to be powerhouses. You know, things that are a little bit more perfumey, probably don't need that to take over the entire house. But gourmands, especially something like this, I kind of feel like this would be great if it just took over everything. But as it stands, I really feel like the performance that I'm getting out of the 2-wick tumbler is more than fair in terms of strength and throw. I think I'm getting a really good wax pool. I'm getting a good clean burn. I'm getting wicks, at least with this one, that are not giving me any issues. It's another story for the Golden Pumpkin, but this one here, no problems, 0 complaints, 10 out of 10 would recommend, and will repurchase on my own. So yeah, I love it. I would say if you're interested in this one, go for it. Yeah, I don't know what their current sale is, but I will have it linked down below. And if it's a good deal, I would definitely say get it. I don't think it's necessarily a fall specific fragrance, but it is blending really well with all of the fall candles that I picked up. So this is one of those great year-round gourmands that is just, it's a great blender. It truly smells edible, and it goes really well with fruity fragrances. It goes well with other heavier, you know, cake, gourmandy, cookie type scents as well. It's just, it's kind of perfect. So overall, I don't have enough thumbs here. This is performing great. It's a lovely fragrance, and this is the burn quality that I personally like to see from Yankee. So I'm happy. I would love to know what you think about vanilla creme brulee if you've had a chance to try it, either in the older style or in this new one here. Let me know what your thoughts are. I really appreciate you guys being here. There are many more fall candle reviews to come down the pipeline here, so stay tuned. I appreciate you being here. If you are new, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Check out the description box for a link to this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.